and welcome to Lauren Reed Color. In today's video, I will be showing you the pages that I completed in December 2025. I'll also show you my plans for January 2026, and I'll also give you a review of what I'm going to be doing in my coloring planner throughout the coming year. So let's get started. To begin with, I'm just going to show you how I plan to organize my coloring in 2026. So I am going to be continuing using my own do-it-yourself planner, which I also did in 2025. Both of these planners are based on my original coloring planner that I used in 2024, which was the Creative Companion created by Susan Carlson, also known as Ruby Charm Colors. I really enjoyed using this planner in 2024, and unfortunately, Susan Carlson decided not to create one for 2025 until much later in February, and by that time I had already created my own do-it-yourself planner. I also plan on having a YouTube planner for the first time so that I can organize the content for the channel, the videos, hashtags, anything else that I want to keep track of. So I'm going to be doing that in here. First, let me show you how I used the Creative Companion. So I really enjoyed using this, and I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't one for 2025 until much later because it was really cool. It had pages that you could color, and it was really well organized with an index that you could fill in yourself and all of those kinds of things. I also marked down every day that I colored in the year. So basically it allowed me to keep track of that and to color much more than I did before I used a planner. And of course, every month I wrote down what I colored every day, made a quote, tracked my stats, my purchases, my buddy colors, my completed pages. You can see before this, I used to color about 3 pages a month, and starting with this planner, I started coloring more. And of course, every month had this cool coloring page. I managed actually to color every single month except for December. For example, that was February. Yeah, that was, hold on, let me go back. This one was the bear. Yeah, that was January. Okay, this one was February. This one was March. I really enjoyed coloring these throughout the year. This one was April. Where's May? Hold on, that one was May. Oh, this one was such fun to color. I really enjoyed that. Then we had June. June's page. The only issue with this is that the paper is Amazon paper, so I was limited to what I could do with it. That was July, I think. Then we had August's page, oh, the cute little bunny. Then we had September's page. Was this one? Oh yeah, here I already started to struggle with finishing them because the paper was just so bad. So yeah, I managed to color some of this one for October. Did I do November? I can't remember. Yeah, that was November, and I think that was it. I just couldn't anymore. That was it for me. So yeah, so I really enjoyed using this and tracking all sorts of different things. And yeah, so when I saw that one for 2025 was not available yet, I decided to create my own using this one as sort of a template. So I took the aspects of this one that I really enjoyed and put them in my own do-it-yourself planner for 2025. So I just purchased a regular notebook that had 240 pages because I needed a lot of pages, and I created my own. So that is what I used in 2025. I did not add coloring pages. I just took the index and goals, and then tracking my coloring. And again, I purchased a year at a glance calendar from Etsy, and I filled it in as I was going through the year. And then of course I also again purchased from Etsy these monthly calendars so that I could also carry on filling them in like I did in 2024. I really enjoyed that, and also arranged the buddy colors, the purchases, the completed pages, yes, my planned pages, stats, and all of that. And again, I did that throughout the year, and I also tracked other things like wish lists, and for example, I also tracked Jordy Colors fairy tale hashtag, the annual hashtags. I also tracked unfinished WIBs, new books for 2025 that I was interested in buying, pages to redo, books to complete, and so on. Focus goals. I even started mapping out my planning ideas for 2026, and yeah, so it was a really useful book. Yeah, the 2025 out of the box bingo I stuck in here, and yeah, I had a really good time with it, and this is what I am going to continue doing in 2026. Please excuse the whiny dog. So for 2026, I'm going to continue doing my do-it-yourself planner. When I purchased this one for 2025, it came in a set of 3 notebooks, so I'm all set even for 2027. One change that I have made, you can see immediately, and that is that I have purchased sturdier monthly tabs. So for 2025, I made my own tabs in Canva, and I printed them out on sticker paper, and they have not really withstood the test of time. And so I decided I needed something stronger, and I purchased these off AliExpress, and I really like them. They have fit nicely into the planner, and I hope that they will survive the whole year. So I, as I said, I'm doing my own do-it-yourself planner, and it is inspired both by the original Creative Companion by Ruby Charms Colors, and also I have taken some ideas from Amanda Colors' coloring planner. If you're interested in seeing her planner, it is absolutely beautiful, and I will link her video describing it in the description box. I highly recommend watching it. So that is what I did for my 2026. I'm still calling it my Creative Companion. But this I took from Amanda. I like that. The companion contains coloring adventures of Lauren Reed Color. Okay, I've created an index. I'm being a little bit more organized this year. I actually put a line down the side here so it could be a little bit neater. Okay, and I've reserved a few pages for that. Then I have my 2026 year at a glance. I've already set up January with this cute little sticker. Yes, and then I have, coloring dates. Again, this I got from Amanda Colors. I only put in those dates that I personally will be participating in. Amanda's planner has a lot more coloring dates, but not all of them are relevant to me. So I only wanted to put in the ones that I would actually use. Here I'm going to put in my 2026 goals. In my original do-it-yourself planner, I had it as a list. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, I had it as a list, and I don't think it was as useful. So this time I'm going to try and put them into quarterly boxes instead. I might actually achieve more if I do it that way. Then I have my 2026 totals. This is also from Amanda Colors' planner, which I actually also adopted in 2025 as well. Let me see, where is it? I've just done a little bit more different organizing and where I'm putting things in the planner itself. So yeah, here we go. You can see I did that in 2025 as well. Right here, I'm listing my project books. My idea is that I am going to divide these books up into the quarterly goals, right? Then I've already started listing the yearly hashtags that are starting to appear on Instagram. These are going to be the untouched books that I color in 2026. Okay, and then I'm into already the monthly layout. So I've already put in January and started decorating. And one thing I did decide to add for 2026 is to put in a coloring page. So I enjoyed doing that very much in the Ruby Charms Creative Companion and decided to begin doing it again this year. So what I did was I purchased from Etsy, there is a wonderful illustrator called Pop, and she has these tiny little illustrations that you can purchase. So I purchased them and then I printed them on sticker paper, put in the month of the year, and I put it into my planner. And you will see throughout the year, coloring this little picture is going to be one of my planned pages. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have done there. And then I've already started to list my buddy and my group colors, the prompts and challenges I'm going to be participating in, any tutorials that I follow, items that I purchase. Here I will have my completed pages. I've given more room for that than last year. And here are my monthly stats. I've already managed to make lots of errors on the page because I wanted to track different things and started making boxes, and then the boxes didn't really fit on the page, so I erased, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, making a mess in your planner is all part of the process. I've also got one extra page that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet. It might be more stats. I don't know. I might see what I'm going to do, and then this will be February's layout. Another thing that I'm tracking in this planner, just like I did last time, yes, is all of the hashtags and the pages I'm going to be coloring for each month. So I have my own Creative Haven 2026 hashtag. There's a video up on the channel explaining what I'm going to be doing with that if you're interested. Okay, I'm also going to be tracking the Mythographic Collective hashtag. That is also something that I've planned. And again, I'm doing this with Maria from Colorful Mother of Three. She has a video explaining what we're going to be doing, but I think I'll also make my own video just in case. I'm also going to be participating in another hashtag that Maria has created, and it's the Japanese Korean books. So the prompt for January is Winter Wonderland. So I've also chosen a page to do for that. And yeah, I'm also going to participate in the Light versus Dark hashtag by Joe at Piggy Pens and Holly at Hollyberry Colors. And the prompt for January is Angels versus Demons. So yeah, I'm going to be tracking all of those things during the year and any other interesting hashtags or prompts or challenges that appear for 2026. So that is my coloring planner, and I'll just give you a quick look at what I have done so far for my YouTube planner. Yes, so this is my YouTube planner. It is a Kinbor Weeks for 2026, and I've started decorating it already and putting stuff in. Yes, I made a vision board. I'm not yet sure. I'm thinking of tracking planning videos, filming videos, editing and posting in these monthly sections. Okay, here also planning out videos that I want to post every week, and then in the weekly sections I'm going to put some notes here, perhaps what I'm going to talk about, some planning ideas, some plans for future videos. I'm not yet sure. I have redated this planner. The planner starts on Mondays, but my week starts on Sunday. And so I have put in daily stickers just to redate the planner. And that is what I'm going to do for all of the weeks throughout the year. Yeah, and I also got this cute little charm to add to my bookmark. It's supposed to glow in the dark. We will see. Right, so that is my YouTube planner. Now let's move on to my planned pages for 2026. The first page that I plan on coloring in January is in Creative Haven Country Charm by Teresa Goodridge. I chose this book because Chrissy Wilcox had already buddied up with me to do a page in this book, and so it seemed a perfect opportunity to merge projects. And the page that we decided to do together is this one. I'm calling it the barn animals. So we have the horses and the dog and the cat in the snowy scene. I'm thinking that this overhang here might be the barn. I'm not yet sure exactly what I'm going to do for a color palette, but it's definitely obviously going to be winter colors. So I'm really looking forward to doing this buddy with Chrissy and beginning the hashtag. Again, there is a video up on the channel explaining what I'm going to be doing with my Creative Haven books in 2026. Yeah, so that is Country Charm by Teresa Goodrich. The next book is Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. This is also a buddy color. So in 2025, I arranged a buddy with Christine from Sync Colors, and we enjoyed our buddy so much that we decided to do another one, and then another one, and now we are continuing to color this book in 2026. So the page that we've chosen to do is this one. So I am calling this one either Enchanted Deer or Winter Deer because I am going to color it using a winter palette. I don't think it's going to take that long because while it is a double page spread, it's just all of these leaves, and so I think they can be colored relatively quickly. I might base with a water medium and then shade, or just do pencils only. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. And for the background, I have this idea to do a misty, smoky background, or maybe a bouquet background. I will see when I actually get to that part of the page. Usually I start a page with the background, but here I think I'm going to start with the actual elements and not the background. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing this one, and thank you so much, Christine, for buddying with me. Next is Mythographic Dragon Spell by Joseph Katzenbang. If you've been watching the channel, then you know that I am participating in a group on Instagram where we are coloring this book together, one page every month. We've done 7 pages so far, I think. And the page for January is this one. One of the reasons I really love that group is because of our chats. We decide on the page and then we start trying to decipher what is on the page itself. So I originally thought that this was an anchor. So I saw this and this and this, and I thought to myself, oh, it's an anchor and some sort of sea dragon, okay? But then people were commenting in the group, and it became very clear that I was wrong. It is not an anchor. It is actually a lantern or a sconce. So here we have the bottom of the sconce. Here we have the, again, the bottom of the lantern part. Yes, and then this would be the lantern. And actually, now that I look at this dragon, it looks more like a bat to me. So that is how I'm going to color it. I'm calling this one the Custodian of Light. And I'm going to color this as a bat, gray or black. And then it's going to be a gold lantern. And then I still haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for the leaves. I might look for a color palette that has black and gold and some other colors, and that will determine what I do for the branches and the leaves. Yeah, so this is such an adorable page, and I'm looking forward to coloring it. That group is a blast. If you want to join us, feel free. Okay, so that's Mythographic Dragon Spell by Joseph Katzenbang. Next, we have another mythographic book. This is Mythographic Wild Winter, also by Joseph Katzenbang. And as I said previously, Maria from Colorful Mother of 3 and I have decided to start a mythographic group. Okay, so we're calling it the Mythographic Collective. If you want to join, please feel free to DM me on Instagram or leave me a note in the comments below, and I will be very, very happy to add you. So we are going to be coloring in the mythographic books throughout 2026. We had this idea because we were both participating in Erica from Elm Colors hashtag for 2025, and we just wanted to continue coloring in these books because it was a fabulous opportunity to begin books we hadn't colored in before or color more pages in ones that we had. And the group is growing, and more and more people are joining every day, and it's such fun. So basically the way it works is that there is a book of the month, which for January is Wild Winter. There's a page of the month, which for January is this winter nest page. And there are also prompts that you can choose. So there are 4 prompts to choose from, and you can color those prompts in any mythographic book. So you don't have to color this page. You do not have to color in this book. You can choose whichever book or page you want and find the prompts on them. So yeah, this is the page that I will be coloring. However, I am going to, I'm not really sure yet. I'm thinking of doing some sort of sunset background, or perhaps a purplish bluish background, and then the color of the eagle is going to be contrasting. So for example, if I do a sunset background, then the eagle is going to be blue. If I do a blue background or a teal background, then the eagle is going to be peachy pinky colors. I haven't decided which combination I am going to do yet. I might decide that when I actually start coloring. So yeah, that is my plan for this page, and I'm really looking forward to coloring in all of my mythographic books again for 2026. There are 2 other hashtags that I want to participate in January. One, as I said, is the Angels versus Demons, part of the Light versus Dark hashtag, hosted by Joe at Piggy Pens and Holly at Hollyberry Colors. And also, I want to participate in the Japanese Korean 2026 coloring hashtag. So for these 2 hashtags, I've actually chosen one page. It really works out. I get to color in an untouched book by a Japanese artist, and I also get to color a page that suits the Angels versus Demons. So this is the Myth and Magic Enchanted Fantasy Coloring Book by Kanuko Y. Craft, and the page that I am going to be doing is the Griffin and the Angel. Okay, so I am going with the angel prompt for the Light versus Dark hashtag, and yes, it is a Japanese coloring book. So I am also going, I think, to be following a tutorial, or to be inspired by a tutorial by Coloring with Elena. She has colored this so beautifully, and since this is quite a detailed book, and also a new book with paper that I'm not used to, I think I'm going to follow her tutorial and see what she did with it. It's not going to be exactly the same. I will probably choose my own color palette, but I want to see what mediums she uses, what techniques she uses on this paper, and with this kind of quite detailed image. Yeah, so this is the page that I'm going to color in Myth and Magic by Kanuko Y. Craft, right? And I have one more book that I have a planned page in. Right, and last but not least, we have Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. So again, I am in a group on Instagram where we are coloring this book together. And the page that we decided to color for December and January together is the Mystical Mountains page. So as you can see, I have already started. In fact, I've done quite a lot. I'm pretty proud of myself. So this is also a color along on the channel. So far, we've done the gradient sky, we've done the snow, and we've done the mountains. So there are videos for each one of these elements. And I am using these 2 color palettes from Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cubes. So we have this one. As you can see, I got the gradient sky and the mountains. Not exactly, but it came out actually better than I expected. I really loved my combination for these mountains, and I am going to be writing it down and using it again. Right, and I also colored the snow. So this, as I said, is the page that we are coloring in December and January in the mythographic group. So I am going to be continuing, not the mythographic, sorry, the Mythomorphia group. And I'm going to be continuing this as a color along with videos up on the channel. There might possibly be one more book that I color in for January, because the Dark Fairy Tales group, also a book by Kirby Rosannes, has not yet chosen the page for January. So it could be that I will add another book to my planned pages. Right, so now let's move on to the pages that I actually completed in December 2025. So very happily, before I edited this video, the Dark Fairy Tales group on Instagram has decided on a page. I'm so excited. It is not a page that I would consider happy, but that's okay, because it is the Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. And the page is this one. So it is part of the Beauty and the Beast series of pages. It's the final page in the series, I think. The page after that is the little match girl. And it is this page of Beauty after she has slain the beast. So in Kirby's version, Belle becomes enchanted by all of the creatures in the castle, and she just grows darker and darker every day. And then when she finds that the beast is dying, instead of saving him like she does in the original fairy tale, she stabs him in the heart and beheads him. So yeah, definitely a much, much darker version of the tale. This is such an intriguing page with the background of the castle in through the window. And then we've got Belle and the beast, and she's holding his head up, and it's just so... I cannot say that this page is beautiful, but it is interesting, and I think it's going to be very fun to color. So yeah, looking forward to this one. This one is for both January and February in the Dark Fairy Tales group. So yeah, now we're going to move on to our completed pages. Right, the first page that I completed in December was in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. As I said, I am participating in a Dark Fairy Tales group on Instagram, and so far I think we've colored, this is our third page that we've colored together. So the page that we did for, I think it was November, December, yes, maybe even October, November, December. I think we skipped December, so it was October and November is this page. It's Princess Aurora. So I originally had a plan where I was going to make her half dead and half alive. So based on the goddess of the underworld in Norse mythology, Hel, who has one side of her face alive and the other side of her face is dead. That is what I had planned to do. But I found an inspiration image on Instagram. This is it over here. And I ended up coloring it much more like this inspiration image than my original idea of Hel, even though as you can see in the inspiration image, it's also half alive and half dead. So I did get some of that aspect into the page. This was such a fun page to color. I enjoyed doing it immensely. So I started out coloring the gold. So I did the gold in her crown and on her gold collar here. And I used Derwent Light Fast pencils. Those pencils are just a dream to work with. They are so smooth, so creamy, and worked fabulously on this paper. So I did that first. Then I colored her face. This is when my plan to do the half alive and half dead went out the window because I ended up coloring her face mostly alive. Right, then I did the hair, and there is a video, one of my Saturday Snippets videos. I demonstrated how I colored part of her hair. So I will also link that video in the description box if you're interested in seeing how I did that. And then I colored the leaves and the roses. My idea was for the roses to be a little bit more pink, like in the inspiration image, but it didn't really work out that way. They came out darker, but I really, really love the end result. This was a fun page, and I enjoyed every single minute of it. It's one of my favorite pages for 2025. Yeah, so that is Princess Aurora in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosannes. Let me just cover this up and I'll be back. The next completed page is in A Million Baby Animals by Lulu Mayo. Throughout 2025, I was participating in the Wild Year of Color 2025 hashtag hosted by Jamie and Finding Joy in Color. And the prompt for December was a penguin. I was also watching a video by Amanda at All J Art, and she said she was going to also color a page in this book that had a penguin. And so I asked her if I could join her buddy that she had already set up with Erica from Elm Colors, and they were both so generous to let me into their buddy color, and I was so excited. So anyway, the page that we did is this one. Let me get it. It is this one. It is the polar bear's penguin in the snow globe. These are my buddies' pages, Amanda at All J Art, Erica at Elm Colors, and Yaya at Craft Time with Yaya. Thank you so much for buddying with me. So I have colored one other page in this book, and I had forgotten how much I struggled with the paper. So this was the other page I colored it. The paper is really, really smooth, and as such, it does not really take pencil very well. Nevertheless, with advice from Amanda and Erica, I decided that I was going to base with water mediums and then color with pencil on top, and that worked out just fine. So for this paper, I think going forward, I will base with water mediums and do minimal shading with colored pencils. Anyway, so what do we have here? So I started off first doing the trees. I based with Inktense and then did a little bit of shading with Castle Arts pencils, okay? And then I did the background, okay? And for that, I used my do-it-yourself distress ink technique. I used aquafine watercolors and then a drop of glycerin, and then you just rub it onto the page exactly as if it was distress inks, and you get very, very similar effect. So that's what I did for the background, and then I colored the snow again with, I think it was Inktense and then white gel pen, and again for the bears it is Inktense for the shading and then white gel pen. So overall, I'm really, really pleased with the result. I think it's an adorable page, and I learned a lot from coloring this page from Amanda and Erica. So thanks so much to both of you for buddy coloring with me. So yeah, that was my page in A Million Baby Animals. The next page I completed is in Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson. This was also a buddy color with Chrissy Wilcox. So back in November, we decided we wanted to do a double page spread. In fact, all of the pages in this book are double page spreads. So you have on one side the girl and on the other side her spirit animal or her soulmate, which is the other title for this book. And yeah, so we decided to do a page together, and it ended up being both for November and for December. So the page that we did is this one. All right, so it is I called it the steampunk fly and the steampunk lady, but towards the end of my coloring process, I realized that here we have this clock with wings, and so it's actually time flies. So Tempus Fugit is what I'm calling it now. Anyway, I'm just going to superimpose Chrissy's completed version on top of mine so that you can see the majesty of her work. She just did an amazing, amazing job. I love every element of her page. And one of the things I really like about both of our pages is that they complement each other so well. So we both used very similar color schemes without even planning to do so, but we used them differently on the two pages. And so it was really a delight to work with Chrissy. We also chat as we color, so you know, we gave each other advice, and we worked out different things that we were going to do on the pages. We both struggled with the girl's nose for a while, but eventually both of us succeeded in doing it really wonderfully. So what did I use on this page? I used Neo Color 2s for the backgrounds on both pages, and then I used Inktense for the wings, and then shaded with Polychromos pencil. Okay, this combination actually is Prismacolor because I did her face using Prismacolor pencils, and then I did her lips using Prismacolor, but I wanted the same combination as her lips for this cog in the middle of the fly, so that's Prismacolor, and then that is also Prismacolor. Everything else is Polychromos. And I must say that towards the end of coloring this page, I was so sick and tired of cogs. So yeah, I really got I shouldn't have left them for the end. I left the cogs for the end, and by the end I was really tired of them. But I do love the way the page came out, and I'm very happy with it. And Chrissy and I are wonderful buddies. So thanks so much again, Chrissy, for doing a page. We will probably do another one sometime soon. Okay, so yeah, that's Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson. My next completed page is in Mythographic Dragon Spell. As I said earlier on, I am in a group on Instagram where we are coloring this book, and December's page was this one. Right, so I called this page the Sweet Pea Dragonling. My original idea was to color these flowers as sweet peas, but once I put down the base layer of purple, I realized that wasn't going to work out. So in the end, I just colored them as purple flowers, even though I did see on Google that there are purple sweet peas. So I can still call it the Sweet Pea Dragonling. My idea was to color her wings and her tail black, but in the end it came out raspberry, but that's also okay because I think it works really well with her dress. Her dress was my favorite part of this page. I adored coloring all of the pleats in her dress, and I think it came out really beautifully. Towards the end of the page, I was struggling a little bit because my idea was to do a gold cage. It is a gold cage, but not with the technique that I had originally planned. I was just going to use my coloring gold technique with pencils. But once I started coloring, I noticed it was taking over the page. So because it was so shiny, it was sort of overshadowing the girl and the flowers. And so I decided that that wasn't a good idea. And so I erased all of my pencil and took a Faber-Castell gold Pitt pen, and I just went over the cage and the key. And I also took a black fine liner and outlined the lines of the cage. And this way, it sort of merges in with the background and doesn't take over the page completely. I also colored her hair last, and I think the black in her hair also helps to mute the gold of the cage. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'm loving the process of coloring in this book. So yeah, I will definitely be coloring January's page. Okay, so I have one more page that I'm going to show you. The final page for December that I colored is In the Night Voyage by Daria Song, and I managed to fit this one in just under the wire. So throughout 2025, I was participating in Joe from Jordy Colors hashtag Color the Fairy Tales 2026, and the prompt for December was the Nutcracker, and one of the categories that she gave was gifts. So I had originally decided to color a page in Animal Wonderland Special by Kanoko Ikusa, the one with the gingerbread house. But unfortunately, I just ran out of time, and I did want to complete the entire year of that challenge. So I was looking through my books, and I remembered that I had a whip in this book. So the page that I completed is this one. So this was a really long-term whip. I began it about a year ago, but then I injured my arm, and so I put it on the back burner, but now is a perfect opportunity to complete the page, and I did. I'm very excited, and I love the way it turned out. So the background is Neocolor 2s for the galaxy sky, and then it is Prismacolor for the shading on the pipe, and then the gifts are based with Inktense and then shaded with Prismacolor. So it's Neocolor 2, Inktense, and Prismacolor. And I also put some of my new Languel gel pens for embellishments on all of the gifts because I wanted the effect of shiny wrapping paper. So that's what I did on all of those, and I'm really glad I got to use them because I finally got a carry case for them. So I unboxed them, I put them in the case. Ooh, that's upside down. And this is, they all fit in here. I have 88. At first I put them just 2 in each band, but I couldn't fit in all the pens that way. So I've put them 3 in now, and I think it's holding up. Over time, these elastics might fray or break, but I think for my purposes, it's good enough. And later on, I might get a bigger case for them, but I'm really pleased that I've unboxed them and I'm using them. Right. So that was that page in The Night Voyage by Daria Song, and those are all the pages that I colored in December. And I just want to thank you all for joining me throughout this year on my brand new channel. I hope you will continue watching in 2026. Again, thanks very much, and bye for now.